This deception that people are looking to see take place has already happened. I'll show you how, but first I need you to look around and see how many people are waking up right now. Right? We're in a time where a lot of people are, learning a lot of truth, gaining a lot of truth. So to be awake means to know the truth. But to be ignorant of truth means to be asleep. And to be asleep means you were already deceived. Let's go. The Great Deception. Let's talk about the Great Deception and Decepticons. Because we're looking for something to come in the future that really already popped off in the past. And we live in it. We're living in it right now. And I want to prove the case to you. Let's talk Decepticons. First, man, let's get some definitions. What is a Decepticon? I Googled it. And it's a member of a subversive sect or society. From the noun deception, one who deceives. Now, I looked up subversive because I felt that would be important. That's a nice clue, right? Subversive, the meaning is to subvert. And to subvert is to overthrow. It's to overthrow something that's been established or something that's in existence, right? To cause the downfall, ruin, or destruction of. That's subvert. One more time. To overthrow something established or existing. To cause the downfall, ruin, or destruction of. That is subvert. So a Decepticon is a member of a subversive sect. He's a member of a, for lack of better terms, a gang, a unit, a group, a posse, who possibly wants to overthrow something and cause some downfall. Keep that in memory. Now, we're going to talk about the Great Deception, right? So let's go to Revelation 12 and 9. 12 and 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. We don't know what the timing of heaven is. We don't know when the war actually happened. But we do know he's been going to and fro. We know that from Job. So you know his footprints are already here. And what's his job? To deceive, right? Let me show you the great deception that's to come and how we've been deceived on it already happened. Let's get a little more into it. Let's go to 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians chapter 11. 2 Corinthians chapter 11, starting at 3 and 4. But I fear lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety. So your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Christ. For if he that cometh preacheth another Jesus, another Christ, we're going to say Christ, whom we have not preached, or if ye receive another spirit, which ye have not received, or another gospel, which ye have not accepted, ye might bear well with him. That part always makes me stumble. It's just written backwards to me, but it's forward for them. Anyway, check out the script, right? Just that part right there. Eve was deceived by the snake. We call it the snake. It's the serpent. That's a different thing for a different day. She was beguiled subtly, right? Gradual things. She was broken down. It didn't happen all at one time. She was broken down, right? Subtlety. We look at a pattern in life where we have strayed so far away from God, you can see the wickedness everywhere, right? Let me show you how DECEPTICONs were at play. Let's continue on this 2 Corinthians. Jump down to 13 and 15. For such are false apostles, DECEPTICONs, okay? False apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Christ. Let that sink in. Who do you know that come as an apostle or a preacher or a minister of Christ that may be deceitful? We're going to show you how they're deceitful. Just bear with me. 14, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. So he's got workers that work for him that's going to come to you just like a preacher, just like a deacon, just like somebody from the church. But they really going to be working for Satan. I'm going to show you how. You got to keep it simple. I had a boss one time. He said to keep it simple, stupid. Right? That I didn't understand it then, but I understand it now. Because I just used to keep it simple part. Because I think the rest part was just unnecessary. I don't know if he was trying to call me stupid. But I just keep it simple. So you just keep it simple. Christ said, walk in love. Love is the greatest commandment, right? So to walk in love would mean to keep the commandments. Because he said, if you love me, you would keep my commandments. So walking in love is to keep the commandments. He said you will fulfill or satisfy them just by walking in love. Right? So it never meant not to keep them, but he said to walk in love. He kept it simple, right? Walk in love. If you walk in love, you will fulfill and satisfy, all of that. But there's a lot of pushback just by mentioning the word commandments. Just by mentioning the word commandments, you will get a lot of pushback. So ask yourself, did Christ come to destroy or fulfill the commandments? When you get that pushback, ask yourself, did Christ come to destroy or fulfill the commandments? And then ask yourself, so who's pushing back? Because the answer is going to be he came to fulfill. You gotta think deeper.